Hello there and welcome to News at 1 on NTA Channel 10 Lagos. My name is Deborah Akingbe Agola. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has ordered a Federal Executive Council committee to further crash prices of food items across the country. The Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Sabi Abdullahi, stated this in Abuja while presenting a paper at a one-day capacity building workshop for journalists covering the state. Abdullahi said the president's order will be enforced to further crash prices of food items by ensuring the safe passage of product through various routes across the country. He emphasized that the committee's action was aimed at realizing Tinubu's vision on full sovereignty. The federal government of Nigeria has officially published the country's new tax reform laws in the nation's gazette, following President Bola Tinubu's assent to the legislation on June 26, 2025. The publication formalizes a comprehensive overhaul of Nigeria fiscal framework. The announcement was made by the Personnel Assistant on Special Duties to the President, Kamaruddin Yusuf. The Gazette includes 4 key legislations: the Nigerian Tax Act, NTA 2025, the Nigerian Tax Administration Act, NTAA 2025, the Nigeria Revenue Service Establishment Act, NESREAL 2025, and the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Act 2025. According to the government, the reforms introduce significant changes to taxation, revenue collection, and tax administration in Nigeria's small businesses with an annual turnover of below 100 million naira and assets of below 250 million naira are exempted from corporate tax. The corporate tax rate for larger firms may be reduced from 30% to 25% at the discretion of the president. The reforms also set top-up tax thresholds at 50 billion naira for local firms and 750 million pounds for multinational companies. The Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, has revealed that as of September 2025, about 80% of the 2024 budget had been executed. This is also as the House of Representatives Committee on Appropriation held a closed-door session with the Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, and the Minister of Budgets and National Planning, Senator Atiku Bagudu, to review the pace of implementation of the 2024-2025 Appropriation Act. Briefing journalists after the meeting at the National Assembly, committee chairman presented by Abubakar Bichi said Nigerians were concerned about budget performance and National Assembly has a duty to ensure accountability. The Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, also said that they looked at what is happening in 2025 and put heads together to ensure that particularly projects that touch the grassroots, that provide support, resources, and facilities like irrigation and other infrastructure projects at the grassroots level are focused on and given adequate attention and priority. With International Youth Day approaching on September 12th, Lagos has set the tone with an early celebration that highlights the role of young people in nation building. Stakeholders say empowering youth to take charge of their future is key to driving sustainable development. John Ken Abakuya has the report.
The International Youth Day celebration provided an opportunity for voluntary youth groups, non-governmental organizations, and civil society bodies to highlight the strengths and contributions of young people in society. The Lagos State Commissioner for Youth and Social Development, Mobolaji Ogulende, commended the contributions of young people in advancing the Themes Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. He reaffirmed government support for youth-centered programs and challenged them to intensify efforts in driving positive change at the grassroots.
They form a large percentile of our youth, and we thought it was very important to bring them together so that we can continue to support their voluntary youths and ensure that we hold our hands to foster collaboration.
In their own little community, they should see what they can do, what they can contribute to build their community, and by extension to build the state.
Youth are positioned as vital partners in connecting global policies to cross-border realities, leveraging deep communities ties to ensure that development is inclusive, participatory, and sustainable.
Some youth representatives stressed the need for greater youth participation in governance and pledged to collaborate with stakeholders to achieve the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals by 2030.
My contribution is simple. Let us build a united Nigeria. A Nigeria where tribe does not divide us, where religion does not separate us, and where politics does not blind us.
We must continue to be volunteer. We must continue to put our personal resources, our personal self, our personal resilience on board for the betterment of our community and our society.
Discussions at panel sessions also centered on innovation, skill development, and collaboration, with experts urging youths to seize opportunities that will accelerate national progress. The 2025 International Youth Day is themed Local Youth Actions for the SDGs and Beyond. In Lagos, Joy Ken Abakoya, NTA News.
Thank you, Joy, for that update. We'll take a break now. More reports when we return. Please don't go away.
Your creativity? NTA Lagos Channel 10 studio provides the answer. Our studio is spacious and fully equipped with modern broadcasting equipment suitable for your programs and competition. For recording and production of kiddies programs, spelling bee competitions, participatory rehearsals, programs and live performances, NTA Lagos Channel 10 studio provides the ideal environment to bring your vision to life. Our team of professionals are dedicated to help you achieve your goals, provide expert guidance, and support every step of the way. Contact us today to book your session at an affordable and discounted rate and let your creativity shine. For more inquiries, please call the following numbers: 0816-008-7357, 006-286-9030, and 0812-324-5519. NTA Lagos Channel 10 Studio, where creativity meets excellence.
Station for excellence.
Thank you for staying tuned. If you're just joining us, this is News at 1 on NTA Channel 10 Lagos. Lagos State House of Assembly is working with critical stakeholders in the health and education sector to include their contributions in a bill for a law to establish Lagos State University of Medicine and Health Sciences. This was at a one-day public hearing organized by the House of Assembly Joint Committee on Tertiary Education and Health Services at the House of Assembly in Lagos. Musa Toliat has the report.
Statistics by the Lagos State Ministry of Health shows that there are 7,000 registered doctors in the state, with a ratio of 1 doctor to 3,500 patients. This is a far cry from the United Nations prescribed universal health care coverage ratio of 1 doctor to 600 patients. This one-day public hearing by the Lagos State House of Assembly Joint Committees on Tertiary Education and Health Services is seeking inputs from stakeholders into a bill on University of Medicine and Health Sciences 2024.
The task before us is to create a world-class medical university that not only trains competent professionals, but also strengthens our healthcare systems.
The bill, that is the Lagos State University of Health Science, the university, seeks to transit the Lagos State College of Medicine, LASUCOM, into a full-fledged specialized University of Medicine.
Speaker Right Honorable Mudashiru Obasa was represented.
This House will not pass a law without actively seeking input from the critical stakeholders in the relevant sectors and Lagosians at large.
Stakeholders took turns to highlight the much-needed requirement to create an enduring framework for the establishment of the Lagos State University of Medicine and Health Sciences.
The academic brief is ready with all the projections. The master plan ready. for submission to AUC. The only document that is now outstanding is this university law. It not only addresses increasing the capacity, that is the numbers of health professionals, but it talks about how to ensure they are retained.
One major aspect of the bill is the provision to decentralize training for medical professionals with a view to curbing brain drain in the health sector.
The quota for the training of health workers will increase, opportunities will increase, even the status, the benefits to staff of the college will improve, and Lagos and Lagosians will be better off.
We have 30 general hospitals, for example, and these general hospitals are located in the Ibile zones. So we're now going to create sub-campuses in the Ibile zones. So you will not only be the campus at Lasuth. Every Ibile zone will have its sub-campus with the hospitals in that area.
The Lagos House of Assembly is given ample time to receive more memoranda on the bill.
We had a successful deliberation today, and we are now moving on to the compilation of all observations and memoranda.
We will appropriate the necessary funds, but expenditure of such funds relies solely on the executive.
The Speaker and some members of the Zamfara State House of Assembly were at the Lagos Legislative House to observe proceedings at the public hearing. In Lagos, Musa Toliar.
The National Association of Resident Doctors is set to commence a 5-day nationwide warning strike to press for the fulfillment of outstanding salary and welfare demands. The industrial action, beginning at 8 o'clock on Friday, September 12, 2025, will continue until Tuesday, September 16, 2025. The planned strike follows deliberations during NAT's online National Executive Council meeting, which convened on Wednesday, September 10, 2025, and extended into the early hours of Thursday. The General Secretary of NAT's Federal Capital Territory Chapter, Agbo Efiong, said the NEC members unanimously resolved to embark on a 5-day warning strike and directed all centers to inform their hospital management accordingly. In an era where misinformation spread rapidly, the call for accuracy and professionalism in journalism has become more urgent than ever. Emphasizing this responsibility, the correspondent chapel of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, Lagos State Chapter, has reiterated the importance of fact verification as a core principle of ethical reporting. Oyinkansola Ojelade has the rest of it.
During the activities marking the 2025 NUJ Press Week in Lagos, the program provided an avenue for media professionals to reflect on the role of journalists in upholding truth and integrity in their reportage. At the heart of the week-long event, themed Restoring Trust in Journalism Through Fact-Checking and Ethical Reporting, the Correspondents Chapel of NUJ brought together stakeholders across the media industry to discuss the growing threats of fake news, propaganda, and biased reporting.
Not telling lies, bringing out the ingredients without libeling the man.
The chairman of the chapel stressed that journalists must go beyond merely reporting events to ensuring that every piece of information shared with the public is verified, credible, and responsibly presented. Panelists and participants echoed the same sentiment, urging journalists to adopt digital fact-checking tools, cross-referencing sources, and maintaining editorial independence.
It is for the need for every one of us as colleagues, that's journalists, to come together to address this issue of misinformation to the public. That's the main essence that we gathered here after celebrating the 2025 Press Week. We had to address this issue that has been of a great concern to media practitioners and the nation at large.
Yes, what I think people should do is that first of all, when an information comes to you, or maybe when you discover something you wanted to report, you must verify it, you must confirm whether it's true or false. And if we'll be able to do so, we'll be able to stop misinformation.
The gathering also highlighted the importance of media organizations in supporting continuous training and peer accountability. in Lagos. Oyinkansola Ojelade, NTA News.
And that's about the size of our package for News at 1. My name is Deborah Akingbeyin Agbola. Join us at 7 for more. Bye for now.